Boom, boom, bam. Welcome back to another edition of the Great Debate Show. I'm your host, your favorite uncle in the world, Uncle JJ. And as always, I got something to say. Or as Cody Rose would say, what do you want to talk about? I got something to say today, and today what I want to talk about is the NBA Top 100. That list came out shortly after I wrapped up my live stream from yesterday, where I talked about the NFL execs, scouts, and coaches who came up with their top 10 NFL quarterback list. I had just done that list a week ago or 2 weeks ago, according to NFL Network. And then the execs, coaches, and scouts came out with another one, and we went back and forth yesterday. It was really a great debate. All I did was say Justin Herbert shouldn't be in the list. They had him at 7. I didn't really get a lot of pushback from that, but the Joe Burrow, me moving him from 3, where they had him at, to 5, that got a lot of pushback. A lot of comments as well. I accept it all. I welcome it all. It is the Great Debate Show. One thing we're gonna do though is agree to disagree. All right, no foul talk, no bad language, none of that. You'll just get blocked and kicked out, reported, and all of that. So but if we're just gonna debate, and if we can agree to disagree, then it's okay. I'm a little late today because I was trying to find some old footage, but I'm gonna have to do that on another episode. Maybe tomorrow or later today I'll come back, and I want to play a snippet of some things that I've said in the past about Joe Burrow. Like, I've had people tell me get off his dick. Like, seriously. So I love Joe Burrow, and I'm not here to defend myself or explain myself, but just know that I love Joe Burrow. And I don't think it's a big deal that I moved him from 3 to 5. I only did that because there's quarterbacks that have accomplished a lot in the past 4 years since Joe Burrow had that great year where he beat Josh Allen's ass on the road in the snow. He beat Patrick Mahomes' ass on the road. And then he went to the Super Bowl, and he really had that Super Bowl won. But I think it's all fixed while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams won Super Bowls in their home stadiums back-to-back years during a pandemic. So I'm just pleading my case a little bit here, y'all. I love Joe Burrow. No hate here. I just said that Jalen Hurts at number 9 is disrespectful. And there's no way that he should be behind the list of Justin Herbert on any list. I don't care if he has talent. Joe Burrow also has talent. He's got 2 of the best wide receivers in the fucking world, in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And some would say that they're better than A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So I don't want to hear that. Joe Burrow has to get some blame, defense or no defense. There's a reason why they get off to these slow starts. And sometimes a lot of the yards and the stats that everybody wants to throw in my face that Joe Burrow has, sometimes it's kind of like that Andrew Luck vibe I'm getting. He's catching up, playing from behind, throwing a lot of yards against prevent defenses because they're trying to come back. And I'm not even saying that's all his fault, but that numbers can sometimes be deceiving. Jalen Hurts is good, and he shouldn't be criticized or punished because he has a good team. If you have a good team, that means you should slide down the list. And if you have a bad team, then you should go up the list. Well, then why is C.J. Stroud not on the list? He had the 29th ranked offensive line last season, and he still got to the playoffs and won a playoff game. And he wasn't on the list. How do you go from being top 5, because after his rookie year he was number 5, and now he's forgotten about? And they're going to do Jayden Daniels the same way if he misses the playoffs. I mean, he didn't even have to miss the playoffs. If he doesn't have the stats that he had last season, he's going to be out of the top 10. This list is absurd, it's crazy, and it doesn't make any sense. And these coaches and executives and these scouts, they're a bunch of weirdos. Just trying to justify or feel validated because they didn't pick Jalen Hurts in the first round. They passed on him. Quarterbacks that they passed on, Brock Purdy, they don't want to put these people on the list because they didn't evaluate them or scout them and see them as what they became. I think that's what a lot of it is too. Some biasy, some recency bias. So I just wanted to say that. Don't get on my ass just because I slid Burrow from number 3 to number 5. Everybody wanted to come on here and troll and say, Joe Burrow's really number 1. If you want to say he's number 1, I'm fine with that. I love Joe Burrow. I came on here and said he was going to have a Joe Montana career. I said that in 2020. But this was before I was podcasting live on TikTok and YouTube. This was just me on Spotify, talking my shit. I'm going to pull that up. I've said the man was going to be Joe Montana. My nickname for him is Joe Cool. So it ain't that I don't like him. It's just a lot of stuff that we're saying about him. He still ain't been in the playoffs in a while. That Super Bowl season was 2021. That was 4 years ago. That's all I'm saying. How do we forget about the person that just won a Super Bowl MVP? That's all I'm saying. He shouldn't be number 9. You don't have to say he's elite, but he shouldn't be number 9. But if he's your number 5, isn't that still elite? Isn't top 5 still elite? I'm just saying. The hate for Jalen Hurts is real. In other news, Garrett Wilson signed a 4-year extension yesterday. He signed 4 years, $130 million. $130 million of them things. Make you get all ugly in the face when you say it. $130 million of them things. Woo! Congratulations to Garrett Wilson. He deserves it. He's a good wide receiver, and now he's on the list with the other wide receivers that gets paid a flock of money. Welcome to the list. He is now number 5 on the list at an average of 32.5 per. He's right behind DK Metcalf at 33 million. CeeDee Lamb gets 34 per. Justin Jefferson 35, and Jamar Chase with a whopping $40 million a year. That means he's the best receiver in the league according to his contract. If Joe Burrow has the best receiver in the league, but you still think he's the best quarterback in the league, but Jalen Hurts is not the best because he has so much talent. Make that shit make sense. But congratulations to Garrett Wilson. He now gets paid more than A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts quarterback. A.J. Brown gets 32 per. Amon St. Brown gets 30 per. Brandon Ayuk, 30 per. Tyreek Hill, 30 per. T. Higgins, 28.8 per. So that means out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 receivers that I just mentioned, Jamar Chase being at 1 and T. Higgins being at 10, Joe Burrow has 2 of the top 10 highest paid wide receivers in the league. But you're criticizing me because I slided him down 2 spots from 3 to 5. He's still elite. That's still a top tier. But he's got 2 wide receivers that are in the top 10 as far as pay. Now, you name me another quarterback that has that. They may have 1, but they don't have 2 wide receivers that are getting paid in the top 10 of wide receiver contracts. Joe Burrow has number 1, Jamar Chase, and number 10, T. Higgins. Wow. Now, if he could still show me, if he could still do the things he does without one of those receivers, which some people wanted to see, I don't know where they went to, but there were plenty of people saying, and I said, no, don't do that. If he's got Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, let him have Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. It's okay. But nobody gave Peyton Manning any pushback when we said he was the best quarterback until he plays Tom Brady. The audibles and everything that he did at the line of scrimmage, nobody said Peyton Manning's overrated. No. Well, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are the closest thing to the Indianapolis Colts of the early 2000s that I can remember. Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow is Peyton Manning, in my opinion. As far as the roster, the salary cap is all on the offense and really nothing on the defense except for Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. And they're only a factor when they're up 2-3 scores thanks to the offense. So the Bengals, Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart get signed, that's your Freeney and your Robert Mathis on the defensive edge, and that's it. Everything else is offense, offense, offense. So all I'm saying is, and I'm not comparing Burrow to Peyton Manning, I'm just saying the Colts of the early 2000s, this is what the Bengals remind me of right now. And they're good. I like it. I love it. But he's still got 2 wide receivers that are in the top 10 as far as highest paid wide receivers average per year. And if that's the case, then he's got a lot of damn talent too. I don't want to hear about the defense being bad. So what? You can't have it all. There's a lot of quarterbacks on that list, on that top 10 list, that doesn't have this or has this or have that. Come on, man. Justin Herbert, number 7, that was my beef. It wasn't so much of Joe Burrow being number 3. I just think that he's getting rated higher and higher, and he's doing less and less. Yes, he had a phenomenal year statistically. But do you watch football, or do you just watch SportsCenter highlights and stats? Because I can tell you for a fact, as much as I just said that they're Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, sometimes if you look at those stats, it's more Andrew Luck. Because it's him throwing a bunch of yards, coming from behind, throwing against a bunch of prevent defenses. Now I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. He's good, but he still didn't make the playoffs. If he's as good as y'all say he is, he has to overcome the lack of defense, the lack of whatever that you think Cincinnati has a problem with, and he has to still get in the playoffs somehow, some way. I'm sorry. Sometimes it just kind of sounds like excuses. And that's just my thought. I love Joe Burrow again. He's the elite of the elite. But it's disrespectful to put a guy who just won a Super Bowl and was the Super Bowl MVP. It's disrespectful to have Joe Burrow ahead of that. When I just watched Jalen Hurts outplay Patrick Mahomes, the boogeyman, number 1 quarterback, baby GOAT. That's what we all call him. He's been outplayed in 2 Super Bowls, head-to-head against Jalen Hurts. And he should have won both. But boy, the one he won, they whooped their asses. And Jalen Hurts had a lot to do with it. Because he was more of a dual threat, which is what he should be more. He actually used his legs more. If he'd done that, I don't think we'd be debating this that much. That's all I'm saying. Joe Burrow had a great year last year. Don't get me wrong. His numbers looked better than everybody statistically, and he could have been the MVP. However, how do you give an MVP to a quarterback that had all those stats, and then they're at the house in January watching the playoffs, just like us? That has to be said. That has to mean something, right? If he's that good, he's got to find a way to get them in the playoffs. I'm sorry. And if you're going to cry about him not having any defense, then maybe Joe Burrow should not tell the front office, hey, I want you to make sure Jamar Chase and T. Higgins stays in this building. Don't let them go in free agency. Don't tag them. Sign them. And they did it. Kudos to the Bengals. They never spend money. But they did it for Joe. So he's a partial owner. He might as well be. Maybe Joe Burrow should have said, all right, look, if you can't keep both of them, I understand. We need a corner. We need a safety. We need another pass rusher on the other side of Trey Hendrickson. Or getting Trey Hendrickson paid is more important. I'll pick up the slack on offense. Lamar Jackson has to do it every year. He doesn't have a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins. Never has. He only gets wide receivers when they become 35 and older. And you expect him to do good every year just because he's got MVPs. He's an MVP because he carries his team. Joe Burrow may carry the offense, but he's not doing enough to get them in the playoffs. Maybe he shouldn't have asked for both of his receivers to get paid then. If you're going to whine and bitch and complain about his defense not being good, well, who do you blame? The quarterback. He the one who said, get these guys paid. Well, if we pay them, how are we going to... Look at Trey Hendrickson right now. No contract extension. Look at Shamar Stewart, the first-round pick. He left minicamp. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I love Joe Burrow. But y'all ain't going to come for me talking that shit as if I don't know football. I read some of the comments. It's okay. It's my opinion and you've got yours. But I don't do stats all the time. They can be conceiving. I don't want to hear that men lie, women lie, numbers don't shit. I don't want to hear that. Sometimes it's convenient to use the stats and sometimes it's not. And a lot of times, a lot of these weirdos that like to jump in here, they say stuff just because of they've got a bias towards somebody and they don't like this person for whatever reason or this, that, or whatever. Come on, y'all. Some people think Lamar Jackson is the best football player in the world, as myself. Some people think that, man, look, because he has a bad playoff record or it's not good enough, he shouldn't even be in the top 5. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody's got their own different views. Everybody sees winners in under different microscopes. So I'm just saying, though, how can you tell me, well, Brock Purdy, he's got the wins. Look at the accomplishments. That's what people say when people start to say Brock Purdy is only good when he's got elite talent around him. That's a lot of quarterbacks, though. And the counter to that is people saying, well, look at his record. All he does is win. We said the same shit about Joe Burrow. I mean, what's his name? Jimmy Garoppolo when he was our quarterback. So what does that mean? Look, man, Joe Burrow is good, man, but they've got to start getting some more playoff wins here. That has to stand for something. Justin Herbert being number 7 on the list, and he has no playoff wins, that doesn't make any sense to me. That was my biggest gripe. I only said Joe Burrow, how is he moving up the list when the team is getting worse? And if he's so great, shouldn't he elevate the team somehow? That's all I'm saying. We've seen quarterbacks with less do a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. Don't give me that talent that Jalen Hurts has got. A.J. Brown is in that top list, but Devontae Smith is not in that list. Joe Burrow has 2 receivers that are the highest paid in that top 10. All right, I got to talk about the NBA Top 100. I don't like that shit either. I mean, it ain't bad, but it ain't a great list either. I guess the NBA said they've got to get some buzz because the NFL got all the buzz yesterday when we talked about that quarterback list. So the NBA came out, Bleacher Report came out and put out an NBA Top 100 list, and Kobe Bean Bryant, the Black Mamba, long live, and I'm not saying it because he's not here with us anymore. But Kobe Bryant is number 11 on the list. And I just wonder if anybody has a bone to pick with Bleacher Report about that list. I mean, I would like to hear your thoughts more than me giving you my thoughts. And this is a podcast where I do the talking and y'all are supposed to do the listening. But today, and then I'll read your comments and I do the best I can to keep up with y'all. I do. Mojo, man, thank all of y'all for joining me. Layla, Jake, Paul, Redman, thank all of you for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, do you think Steph Curry is the GOAT? Is in the GOAT debate? No, I don't. No, not quite. He changed the game, but no, not the GOAT debate. Best shooter of all time? Easy, yes, but nah, I don't. Drew said, all right, what are your opinions on Bills fans? I think y'all are crazy as hell. And I hope y'all finally do win because y'all are some of the most loyal, diehard fans that I've ever seen in my life. And you deserve better. 4 Super Bowl losses in a row. Nobody deserved that. And if you're too young to remember those days, good for you. Steve Hamilton, penny on the NBA list. I'm sure he is, but I don't know where. I'm about to get to that list right now, but he ain't in the top 30. If he is, I missed it. Can somebody tell me where Penny is on that NBA Top 100 list, please? Penny Hardaway, that is. Gore, absolutely first ballot. We'll see. I mean, well, no, he wasn't. He should have already been in the Hall of Fame then. But I like the comment, though, Demon King 83. 83 was a great year. Hispanic hillbilly. Wow. Frank Gore is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think so. He should be, maybe. If not first, then definitely second. Never understood why people have Herbert so high. He has done nothing with the Chargers, says Demon King 83. Agreed. Not enough anyway. To keep saying, yeah, but he's still top 7. Why? What's your reason for it? They don't even give us a good explanation. He didn't even have 3K passing yards, Chop Boy. No, he had like 2,900 yards. I think Jalen Hurts might have missed a game or two. I'm not sure. But again, Saquon Barkley almost broke Eric Dickerson's record, and he could have if they had just played him. So that means they ran the ball a lot, Chop Boy. See, y'all tell me that y'all just watch stats by voicing your opinion. You let me know that now. Chop Boy said he didn't even have 3K passing yards. That's because the running back had over 2K rushing yards. It's hard to rush for over 2,000 yards and throw 3,000, 4,000 yards. All I know is he's a winner, and he won the Super Bowl, and he's better than Nick Foles. System or no system. And you can't punish that brother because he played with Saquon Barkley. What were you saying before they got Saquon Barkley? He was in the Super Bowl without him. Remember the running back they had in the backfield when they played against the Chiefs the first time? Exactly. You don't. You got to look it up real quick. Demon King said, hell no. Parsons to Niners. Yeah, right. Eagles back-to-back. Where is Penny on the list? Oh, my God, Steve. Are you telling me he's not on the list at all? Gonzo, bang, bang, Niner game. Miguel, Jordan, Iverson, Duncan, Shaq, Kobe. That sounds like that's Miguel's top 5. Okay, I've read enough comments. Let's get on with the show, shall we? What's up to Jake? What's up to Kobe Austin? Interesting name today, Kobe. We're about to talk about him. Kobe Austin said top 2. He repeated top 2. He repeated again, top 2. So let's talk about this, shall we? OC, CJ back in the building. How you doing, brother? What made me confused is that they put Paul George over Tony Parker. Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? They've got Shaq over Tim Duncan too, and I'm not sure if that should be the case either. Duncan's, not because Duncan's got one more ring than Shaq, but a lot of y'all told me Shaq wasn't the dominant player in the triangle, even though that's a lie, when they won the first three-peat with Kobe. Let's talk about that. Here's the NBA top 100 list according to Bleacher Report. And a lot of people shit on Bleacher Report anyway. So y'all take this for what you will, with a grain of salt or whatever. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, who you see on this picture right here behind me, is number 1 on the list. He's my GOAT. Probably always will be. And I don't feel like debating why. Okay? But y'all know I'm really big on championships. That means everything to me. Now, I know that Robert Horry has got like 7 championships. But y'all know the difference between Robert Horry and Michael Jordan. Okay? Okay. It's levels to this shit, y'all. It is. Number 1, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. As should be. They got that right, in my opinion. Number 2, LeBron James. Everybody is saying that he is number 2. Most people are now saying he's number 1 because he has all the stats. He's the highest scoring NBA player of all time. And he still got 4 rings. Now, again, 2 of those rings came from Miami where he had to go play with Wade and Bosh. Another ring, he had to go play with Kyrie Irving, and he brought K-Love over there in Cleveland. He's got another one where he said, all right, I'm in LA, go get me Anthony Davis, and he got that one. You could probably say that all of his rings have an asterisk by it, if you want to be real. Even the one in Cleveland. But whatever. He is a phenomenal player. Nobody has ever looked this good, this old. He probably is number 2 alone just because of that. I'm not here to hate on the man. I used to be LeBron's biggest fan until he said he was the GOAT. That's when I jumped off the wagon. I jumped off and I called me an Uber and I said, I'll find another way home. I don't know what this guy's on or what he's smoking. Because if Draymond Green didn't get suspended, he wouldn't have even came back from that 3-1 deficit. But he seemed to think he's the GOAT now already. That's why he keeps coming back to play year after year. Because he's just trying to keep stuffing the stats and tell y'all, who do you know was this good for this long? Longevity. Some people think he's the GOAT. They've got him number 2. What do y'all think? I know y'all think he's the GOAT, right? All of you YNs think LeBron is the GOAT. Number 3, Kareem. Number 4, Magic. Number 5, Bill Russell. Number 6, Shaq. Number 7 is Tim Duncan. Number 8 is Larry Bird. Number 9 is Wilt Chamberlain. And number 10 is Steph Curry. That's the top 10 list. Now, I did have Steph Curry number 10 on my list years ago, right after they beat the Celtics. I told everybody that was listening to me when I was just doing Spotify. I'm available now wherever you get your podcast. I said if Steph beats the Boston Celtics, and he did that single-handedly, in my opinion, he carried the Warriors. Klay Thompson was kind of inconsistent. Draymond was terrible. And he still beat the Celtics. That's when I said Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are frauds. Everything that you're watching is a facade. Break it up now, they'll never win a championship. But they doubled down, and they kept reaching, and they made moves, and they went and got Porzingis, and they went and lucked up and got Drew Holiday right in their lap, and they won a championship. So maybe I was a little wrong, but they added more talent. That's how they won. Anyway, Steph is number 10. I would like to say that I know a little bit of what I'm talking about because I had Steph at number 10 on my list. I removed Charles Barkley and I put Steph Curry at number 10. Don't get on my nerves. Don't talk about why did you have Chuck on the list. I just like Chuck. I think Chuck is one of the most underrated players in NBA history. To be like 6'4", playing power forward, and he was down there banging in the post with the David Robinsons and Hakeem Olajuwons and all of those dudes. I don't think people realize how good Chuck was. We just look at him behind the desk for the past 20 years and say, oh, he's a moron. Fuck all that. The boy can play on the hardwood. Anyway, they've got him at number 25. So, whatever. What do y'all think about the top 10 first before I break it down and go even further? MJ is 1, LeBron is 2, Kareem is 3, Magic is 4, Bill Russell is 5. He's got 11 rings. Now, sometimes I don't care about rings because I think he won 11 rings against a bunch of slow, no-name, garbage players that couldn't keep up with his genetics. I'm sorry. I said what I said. You can't cancel me. I've been canceled a long time ago. 7, 6 was Shaq, 7 was Duncan, 8 was Bird, 9 was Wilt, 10 was Steph. Do y'all agree with that? Let me keep going. Number 11 is Kobe. Is Kobe not better than any of those people I just mentioned in the top 10? Should he not be above Shaq and Duncan? Should he not be above Bill Russell or Magic or Kareem? Or what about just Steph? Should Kobe at least be in the top 10? Like Steph is? He's number 11. I'm about to read y'all comments. Give me 1 second. Kobe is 11. Hakeem is 12. I got a problem with that because Hakeem Olajuwon is my favorite center of all time. I didn't get to watch Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, although I know Wilt Chamberlain, he was a bad boy. But the competition that they played against. Y'all tell me that Michael Jordan didn't play nobody. So I can't say that Bill Russell and Wilt didn't play nobody. They kind of didn't. Like, basketball was so much better by the time Jordan came to the game. Hakeem is the best center I've ever seen in my life. And he's the only person that could win championships when Jordan was gone. While everybody said that Jordan played nobody, no competition, why did nobody else win? Why did Charles Barkley not win a chip? Why did Gary Payton, Stockton, Malone, why did they not win? The baby goat won 2 rings while Jordan was gone. And then Jordan came back and he said, all right, Hakeem, that's enough. That'll be enough. Move on. Move on. And there was another 3-peat. But Kobe had a 3-peat. And he won back-to-back. He's got 5 rings. And I don't know where he is on the NBA scoring list, but he's pretty high on that motherfucker. I know LeBron is number 1 now. I know KD is creeping up on everybody. I know James Harden is coming. I get it. But it's a different league. It's a different era. It's the land of the 3-point shot. That's all they do now. So we got to be very careful and strategic on how we debate this list. Shall we please? And let's please be realistic. Hakeem is 12. I got a problem with it. He's like top 5 to me. I'm sorry. You can say I'm glazing over Hakeem, whatever. I don't give a fuck. KD is number 13. Okay, he is one of the greatest scorers that we've ever seen. So I'll shut up on that. Oscar Robertson is 14. Jerry West, the logo, is 15. That's interesting. He's still the logo, but he's 15. Okay. Kevin Garnett, my boy, one of the most underrated power forwards in the game. He's 16. The Joker, Nikola Jokic, is 17. Dirk Nowitzki, one of my favorite white players of all time. Baby Bird, in my opinion. He's 18. David Robinson is 19. And Dr. J. Julius Erving is 20. Some more honorable mentions. Number 21, Moses Malone. Number 22, Karl Malone. Number 23, Dwayne Wade. Number 24, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's in the top 25. Then, my boy Chuck, Charles Barkley at 25. Elgin Baylor, 26. Isaiah Thomas, 27. Scottie Pippen, my dog, 28. How do y'all feel about that list? Allen Iverson is number 30, for anybody that cares. Where is Penny fucking Hardaway? Penny Hardaway was Penny Hardaway when he came to the league. Kobe Bryant had to develop into being the Kobe Bryant that we know, that we found out he became to be. Penny was already Penny. What's up with that? I'm finna see what y'all got to say. All right, let me read some of these comments, shall we? Let me start with TikTok. Hold on, YouTube. I guess YouTube is jumping today. Thank you. Thank you. YouTube is jumping today. Can I just get some more likes, please? I'm going to get to you in a minute, Chris, and EP Signature and OCCJ, Eric. How many players have won 2 championships while being a ball hog? I don't know. I don't know. Nobody? I don't know. What are you referring to? Like, what are you insinuating, Eric? Come on out with it. Spit it out. This is the Great Debate Show. You can say whatever you want to say as long as you're going to be respectful. Just tell me what you're getting at. There go Josiah. Yee! Why you didn't win that gauntlet match last night? Okay, here I go. I'm about to go in. I'm going in. I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard. Okay. All right. Let me see where I should start at here. How would you define greatness? Michael Jordan. Winning 6 NBA championships, never losing, 6-0 in the finals, 5 MVPs, the best shoe ever in the world, the best sneaker, still relevant to this day. He changed the game when it comes to his airness. That's greatness. Just being good. Whether you're good with talent around you or you're good without that much talent around you, having the stats but also having the accomplishments. You have to have a little bit of both. You can't just have one or the other. That's how I define greatness. Thank you for the question, Drew. How do you define greatness? Yup. Go Falcons. Says, yup, Global ATL. Okay. How's Michael Penix going to do this year? Luciano. I got LeBron barely in my top 10. Hey, man, I ain't even mad at that comment, to be honest with you. People are glazing them so much these days. I ain't got no problem with that. John said, say the 10. Okay. 1, Michael Jordan. 2, LeBron James. 3, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 4, Magic. 5, Bill Russell. 6, Shaq. 7, Tim Duncan. 8, Larry Bird. 9, Wilt Chamberlain. 10, Steph Curry. I hope you still were there to hear that, John. He wanted me to re-say the top 10. Luciano, Kobe is better than LeBron to me. Still DRE. Still rocking with me. He said, how much better of a basketball player would Kobe Bryant have been if he had gone to college? That's a good one. And that's the reason why Penny was already Penny when he got to the league, because he did play at Memphis State for a minute. Kobe just came straight to the league. That's a good comment. Who knows, man? What about Kevin Garnett? What if he didn't skip college? What if Tracy McGrady had went to college? Tracy McGrady is number like 59 on the list. I think that's a little disrespectful, y'all. Y'all think that Tracy McGrady is not better than James Harden? James Harden is like number 34, 35 on the list. He's not far behind Allen Iverson. I think they got Tracy McGrady fucked up. I know y'all don't agree with me when I talk about McGrady. I got a lot of flack when I said McGrady at one point was better than Kobe, number 8. But man, I still said there was a big gap from 8 to 24. Nobody was fucking with 24 Kobe. But I thought at one point Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter were right there when he was number 8. And I'm going to tell you what the Bleacher Report said. They kind of explain why Kobe is number 11. If I can pull that up, I'm going to read that out to y'all shortly. Steel Dre, shared the live. Thank you, brother. That encourages more viewers to share. Please, other viewers, please share this live stream. Let's bring more people to the party. Okay. OJ said, that's crazy. Cold Rain. And a top 5, not even the top 3. Who are you talking about again, OJ? Luciano, Kobe should have been number 2. I ain't debating with that either. I would have not had a problem with that. That's crazy Kobe is not in the top 5 or not even the top 3. That's what he was trying to say. Thank you, OJ. John said, did you say Bird? I did. Larry Bird is number 8. Yeah, and Wilt is 9 and Steph is 10. Riley Gaiman, what's up, brother? He's back. He said, just stopping by to say hi because I'm going to see Jurassic World Rebirth. Hope you enjoy it. MJ has to play against the bad boys, says John. OJ, I don't know why Kobe is not in the top 3. Freddie Vigil, would Hakeem won if Jordan didn't retire? Probably not, unfortunately. But if somebody else was just as good, why didn't they win when Jordan was gone? Super Bowl 54 and 58. Hollow fell off. Still, Dre, what do you think about people when they compare Magic to Ben Simmons? Drug test. John said KD. KD is number... Damn it. I just said that list, man. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. KG is number 16. Am I right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, KG is number 16. No, I'm sorry. That's Kevin Garnett. Where is KD? Okay, so KD is not in the top 25. I saw Kevin Durant, man. Where is Kevin Durant? No, he's not. He's not in the top 25, surprisingly. I'm surprised. I could have sworn I just said KD's name. But I guess I didn't. Kevin Garnett is 16. Right above Jokic, who's at 17. I can't pull the list up right now, unfortunately, because I'll lose one of my live streams here. I got to get the YouTube though and read their comments. They saying some good shit too over here. But John, I don't know. I don't know where KD is. Maybe he was in the low 30s. I think Olajuwon should be in the top 5. He's the only one in that era that won a championship. OJ, agreed. Kobe should have been 2. I'm hearing that a lot. I personally think that Curry is top 5 because he changed the game and he's the best shooter ever. That's a great debate. He is the best shooter ever. But who are we going to take out of the top 5 then? Jordan would have won 8 in a row, and this stupid discussion that LeBron and Jordan would have never existed. Thank you for that comment, Luciana. Thank you. Boy, it would have been great if he had a 1-8. We wouldn't even be having this debate now. If Yamin stayed healthy, T-Mac would have gave Shaq and Kobe a problem. That son of a bitch. The hell with Yamin. The biggest, softest dude I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, he definitely should have. And I must have missed some stuff because Chris said KD was number 13, by the way. Damn, how did I miss that? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I need glasses. I got it right here. I knew I said KD's name. Yeah, 11 is Kobe. Hakeem is 12. Kevin Durant is 13. 13, John. Oh, who was that was asking me that again? OJ? John. It was John. He's 13. Yep. KD is 13 on that list. Durant is penalized and criticized for his move for going to Golden State. I don't criticize him anymore for it. Yes, he made basketball terrible, but I ain't tripping. He's a bad boy. He can score. I just don't like, I ain't like them 2 rings he got. I don't count that shit. But whether he's got 2 or whether he went to Golden State or not, he probably is a top 15 player of all time. So I ain't tripping. He's 13. Do y'all agree with that? All right, let me catch up with YouTube. Josiah said yeet. The OTC is back. He sure is. Let me acknowledge my tribal chief for a second. Okay. EP Signature said Kobe should be closer to MJ on his list. Yes, he should. Eric said LeBron is the greatest, but Jordan is the best. Can you please make that make sense, Eric? I used to hear this stuff before, back in my barbershop days. You know, before I lost my hairline. People used to say that Kobe is better than Jordan. but Jordan is still the GOAT. My barber used to say that. James Faulkner, if you listening, if you watching, do you still feel that way? I know he loves Kobe. I ain't seen that brother in some years, but I thought about him when Kobe went down in that helicopter, man. I mean, that dude loves Kobe. He used to say Kobe is better than Jordan, but Jordan's still the GOAT. This is kind of what Eric is saying. He's saying LeBron is the greatest, but Jordan is the best. He's got to be talking about the stats. And Skip Bayless always used to say, back in 08, 09, Skip Bayless used to say that if LeBron continues to average 28, 8, and 7, he's going to be number one on the scoring list. And he's done that. But he said that that was LeBron's plan all along. And we know LeBron is very calculated. I just think people are tripping. I don't look at stats on everything. EP signature, game, shoes, titles. You know who he's talking about, right? Good comment, EP. He's talking about that guy in this picture right here. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He does have the best game. He did have the best shoes. Still does. And he's got titles. Jake said Panthers. He's still saying Panthers. EP signature. We don't with the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Josiah was not expecting Naomi to cash in. I know. That's why it was so great. They finally did something right. EP signature. Modern players will cook them old guys. I guess we'll never know, will we? I guess we'll never know. Abdullah Ahmed, Tracy McGrady, or D Wade. Well, I mean, longevity is D Wade, and D Wade is number 23 on the list. But I'm sorry, y'all. I thought McGrady was better. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the longevity. Doc Rivers is the reason why he never got out of a first-round series. He did it in 03 or 04. When the Pistons were down 3-1, they used to kill it in 5-game series. They should have had it won. But that was the first year they said, nope. The first round is going to the best of 7 series 2, 7-game series. And the Pistons came back and won that series. That was his chance. I agree with the comment earlier about Yao Ming. Had he been who we were supposed to be, the Rockets probably could have won a championship in 07 or 08. Yeah, they could have beat Boston because they had size on their side. And Paul Pierce, he was going to struggle with McGrady. Just like Kobe used to. So, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to say overall Wade, but I still like McGrady better. I guess y'all could tell I was a huge T-Mac fan. EP signature said Giddey would cook the 80s. Giddey? Come on, y'all. Look, there's a lot of things that come into the play when we talk about these modern players versus those players back in the day. If you can hand check Giddey with going against the 80s, he may get his ass whooped. So it just depends. Yeah, he can fly by this player, but he also can get his ass clipped and knocked the fuck out, and it won't be a whistle because it's the 80s. We'll never know, y'all. So we got to stop that debate. We'll never know. Eric said better and greater is different. Okay. Okay. EP signature, Trae Young would cook the 90s. Here we go again. So why is Trae Young not on this list? Or if he is on the list, where is he at? Number 88? Eric said KD is better than LeBron, but he is not greater. Eric is hitting us with a lot of philosophy today. I mean, the brother is really hitting us with some deep shit. I'm going to tell you where he's kind of got a point right here, though. Remember the finals? The finals when KD was with the Warriors, and the Lakers were, the Cavs were trying their best to hang in there and get a win. And then KD came down there and he just drained that three right in front of LeBron's face, right in his grill. That was kind of like the dagger in his back. It was like, damn, LeBron is getting cooked. So one-on-one, KD is better than LeBron. But I guess he's not greater because look at their careers. But they both went to go chase for rings, though. So what makes you say that LeBron is still? What makes you say that KD is better than LeBron, but not greater than LeBron. It has to be the overall stats, right? That he's stat stuffed for 20 years. But he's kind of got a point. Do y'all agree with Eric here on YouTube on what he's saying about this better and greater stuff? EP said LeBron had to play against a 73-9 team. Yep, he did. And he had lost to that team too. And he would have lost to Draymond because it didn't get suspended. If Harrison Barnes wasn't so terrible. Man, we could go on and on about that. Because he won that series doesn't make him the GOAT. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Hell of an accomplishment, but who respects anybody that call themselves the GOAT? If I said I'm the GOAT in podcasting, y'all ain't gonna believe it. And you probably wouldn't respect it because, like, who the hell does Unc think he is? You can't call yourself the GOAT. I'm sorry. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't come off right to me. I like LeBron better when he had the headband on. When he took that headband off, he just got way, way, way over arrogant. He didn't used to flex. All the I didn't see all of the, the flexing and I got ice in my vein. I got ice in my veins. I guess the ice melts when we get to the fourth quarter because LeBron never has ice in the fourth, really. And that's the reason why he's not a GOAT. He's not good when it matters, but he's consistently good all the time until those couple of minutes in the game where you really need to be. And people just overlook it because he's still got so many memorable moments, you know what I'm saying, for 40 minutes, for 30 minutes of the game, 35 minutes of the game. But nobody wants to talk about the 2 and 3 minutes when he's so passive. So passive. Don't want to go to the free throw line because we know he ain't going to make it. We don't want to talk about that. That defines greatness in my opinion. Thank you for the comments though, Eric. He said, here's another one. He said Kyrie is better than Curry, but he's not greater. Chris said Kyrie is not better than Steph. Stop it. I like that. We got something going on now. A great debate on YouTube. EP Signature said Garnett 16. Yeah, what's wrong with it? You don't like Garnett? I'm okay with Garnett at 16. I'm not going to lie. EP Signature said this list is ass. Eric said there is a difference between greatness and... Okay. All right. I ain't going to keep saying that. We get what Eric is saying here. CT Chulu, is Tim Duncan considered the top 10? Well, yes, he is according to Bleacher Report. Because he's number 7. All time. Do you agree? I would have to say yeah. I would have to say yeah. He was the most boring player ever. But he got results. He accomplished so much. I think that defines Tim Duncan. And if my co-host Terrence was here, he'd probably have him in the top 5. He loves Tim Duncan. My brother, a Spurs fan still to this day because of Tim Duncan. So I'm sure he doesn't have any objections to him being number 7. He just was not flashy. He was kind of boring. I think that's the only difference between those two. Him and a Kevin Garnett. I love Garnett a little bit more because he was flashy. He had skills. He had footwork. Duncan J was the best in his era. But there were a lot of great players in that era. Well, that's good because a lot of people seem to disagree with that, AP. They will tell you there was nobody good in that era. So Jordan's not all that great. That's what they tell me. So I like that comment. Chris said KD was 13, by the way. That's right. Thank you, EP. If Greg Oden didn't get hurt, he would have been Embiid. Man, that's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda there. I don't know. And Joel Embiid is starting to look like Greg Oden right now. They say he's hurt again. They don't know when he's going to play next year. He's only played like 50 games in the past 2 years. He's starting to look like Greg Oden right now. CTH Hulu. And if Kobe is in a top 10, then where is Shaq considered? Shaq is actually number 6. I don't know. Do y'all think Shaq should be number 6? Now, a lot of people, we did say back in the day that Kobe wouldn't have 3 rings, the first 3 rings, if it wasn't for Shaq. But then some people said, well, why didn't Penny have any rings then with Shaq? But my counter to that was Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT. That's why. Jordan left, and then Shaq and Kobe started winning. Do you think Shaq is number 6? Dolores Umbridge said Kobe is a kind of a... Ooh. Dolores said Kobe is kind of overrated to me. I think since he passed away, people have moved him up their rankings. I gotta tell you, Dolores, I'm okay with you having that opinion, but I've never heard anybody say he was overrated. And before he passed away, people were calling him Jesus Christ. Are there some people that are a little more higher on him than they were before he passed away? Yeah, probably. But I've known a lot of people that praise him before and after the fact that we lost Kobe Bryant. Yep. Yeah. That was a strong opinion, though, by Dolores. Thank you for the comment, though. Do y'all agree with Dolores? Saying that Kobe is kind of overrated and he's only moving up the high rankings because he's not here. Okay. Jake said, what's your top 20? That's a good question, but I don't have time to do it right now. I could try to play Scrabble a little bit here with you if y'all would like, if y'all got the time. I don't really want to hold y'all too long, though, but I'll try to give you my top 20. I've given my top 10 before. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's just a couple of years ago. Man, I wish I could pull it up right now. Kobe is top 3. You wouldn't be saying no shit like he's not top 10, he's overrated if he was still here. Says JS just to go. Woo! It's getting juicy up in here. It's getting juicy. Tell us how you really feel, just to go. Shit. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with what he just said either. Dolores snapped back and said, I have Tim Duncan above Kobe. Woo! Just to go said, you tweaking. Micah Sloan said, what's your GOAT? I mean, who's your GOAT? That picture right there. If you're talking to me. Right there. That's my GOAT. Always have, probably always will be. That's Ric Flair. Woo! The greatest of all time. Okay. Let's see here. Smitty G said Kobe and Jordan, 1A, 1B, either way. And that's the case, then he definitely shouldn't be number 11. He should be number 1A, 1B. Good comment, Smitty. There was nobody closer to Michael Jeffrey Jordan than Kobe Bryant. So how is Kobe 11, 10 spots away from the guy that he was so close to, so similar to? That's what makes this list so fucked up. Just to go said Michael Jordan. Good answer. EP, Trey being 88 is why this list is trash. Damn, I took a guess and said he's 88. Is he really 88? If you saying that because I said it, I was just talking shit. I don't know where Trey is on that list. I don't even know if he's on the list. But I hear what you're saying. He said if he is 88, then that's why the list is trash. It doesn't go off of real talent. Trae Young is talented. Would y'all take Trae Young over Ja Morant? Would the Grizzlies be better if we sent Ja to Atlanta and brought Trae from Atlanta to Memphis? Just asking. Just curious. How do you think Jordan Mason will perform? Good. Good question, Ravel95. See, he must know I'm a real Niner to ask me that. There's some people that just claim us and will be like, Jordan Mason. Let me Google this shit. Yes, that was a good pick. Kyle Shanahan is a dumbass for trading him away for a bag of barbecue chips and a pork sandwich. Get rid of him. Averaging more yards per carry than anybody in the league, and McCaffrey comes back and he says, oh, well, let's just stop giving Jordan Mason the football. Let's get CMC hurt again, shall we? Slave owner. Michael Sloan. Wilt is better than Bron. Ooh. Ooh. Wilt is number 9 on the list. Thank you for the comment, Michael. Minka, most modern players seem too soft to handle the physicality of the 80s and the 90s. Seems like a lot of people forget how physical the game was back then. Give that man another hand. Because somebody earlier in the comments was saying that, well, the modern players would cook those guys in the 80s. And what did I say? I said, well, yeah, Giddy could probably get by Joe Dumars, but he'd also catch an elbow to the goddamn throat when Bill Laimbeer meets him at the paint. And they ain't gonna do nothing. If they do call a foul, he just shooting 2 free throws. If they're in the penalty. That was basketball back then. I miss it, and I loved it. Great comment, CTH. Who? I'm sorry, I'm not saying that right probably, but that's a great comment. That's probably the comment of the day so far. Smitty G, Kobe should be top 5 on every list. The guys making this list up never hit the hardwood. Agreed. Dolores said Jordan 1, LeBron 2, Duncan 3, Kareem 4, Kobe 5. Okay. Well, Dolores, that's not bad. I didn't think you were going to have Kobe in the top 10 the way you were just saying how he was overrated a minute ago. That's reasonable. Do y'all think Kareem should be this high? I mean, I used to hear that Magic is only good because he played with Kareem, and I've heard some people say Kareem was only that good when he played with Magic. But they've got them right back to back with each other at 3 and 4. Kareem 3, Magic 4. Do y'all think they should be moved back a little bit? And I love Magic, but I'm just saying. Wilt being above LeBron is ridiculous. He's not. Oh, you mean what they're saying on the list. Okay, I got you. This is a great debate show, y'all, and we're having some great debates. Raider Drock is in the building. Unc, I think Kobe is better than LeBron in bigger moments. If you don't say. Hell yes, everybody's better than LeBron in big moments. It's just that LeBron is better than everybody else when there's not a big moment. And for that, some people think that he's number 2 or number 1. LeBron's very strategic and very calculated. He's slick with it. I see what you've been doing, LeBron. I know what you've been doing, and it's working in your favor, too. Good comment, Raider. But hell yes, Kobe is better than LeBron in bigger moments. Shit. Robert Orr was better than LeBron in bigger moments. Kobe is in the 2nd or 3rd best all time, says just the GOAT. Jake said, who's your GOAT in football? Jerry Rice. Dolores, oh, I read that already. Tim Duncan, slightly better than Kobe to me. That's okay. My co-host Terrence thinks the same thing. Tim Duncan is the power forward, the big fundamental. Yeah, no doubt about it. Don't forget LeBron was at those Diddy parties, says Raider Drock. I have not forgot that. Tim is overrated, to be honest. He had a Hall of Fame head coach like they didn't need Tim to win, to be honest. I gotta disagree with that, Raider. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Pop didn't win 5 rings without Tim Duncan either, now did he? How good has Pop been since Duncan left? How good was he? Okay. I'm just saying. Now, if Kawhi didn't get hurt in 2017, I don't know. Maybe they do beat the Warriors. But we'll never know. But to say that Pop is the reason for Tim Duncan's Hall of Fame career? Nah, man. I think you're being a little disrespectful there, Raider. I'm sorry. Respectfully, I think you're being disrespectful. Just a little bit. LeBron, LeBaron James says, I've heard both sides of what Dolores is saying. Both of y'all ain't wrong. Okay. I like that. Somebody being reasonable. I try to go GOAT by positions. Best point guard, shooting guard, power, small forward, etc., etc. I got you. But we're not doing that, though, today. It's just who do you think is the best, period. Griffin Ivey, top of your head. Give me LeBron's 2007 finals team. You can't. Okay. I can, but okay. Larry Hughes was on there. Mo Williams was on there. Ilgauskas was the center. The dude with the funny hair. I can't think of his name right now. That he used to do the pick and roll with. Look, I was a LeBron fan, so I could tell you off the top of the head, but I'm going to keep reading your comment. He made one in time. Most people can't name it, though. So you're right, Griffin. He made one entire franchise relevant by himself. Name someone else that did that. Hell, he was literally bogged down by liabilities. The Bulls were irrelevant too before Michael Jordan went to them in '84. So there, I did come up with somebody. Yep. The Pistons were never shit before the '80s. Isaiah Thomas turned that around. Damn, I named two. Okay, but anyway, you made some valid points, but yeah, I'm not here to glaze LeBron though, y'all. Look, he's good and he's number 2. Does anybody have a problem with him being number 2? Are you that upset that he's 2 instead of 1, or what? What's your problem with the list, Griffin? Because your comment tells me you may have a problem with it. If Kobe is the closest we have to MJ, how was he ranked so low? That's what we're saying now. That's what we're trying to debate. LeBron James, number 11 is very accurate. Ooh, his name is LeBron James, y'all. That should tell you everything you need to know. He ain't rocking with Kobe like that. LeBron is probably his GOAT. Isn't that right, LeBron James? Kobe is closest in moves and size appearance, and what they did on the court. It's still not the same. Everything was the same except for Kobe took bad shots and Jordan didn't. Jordan was still smarter. Other than that, everything is about the same. Some would say he was a better three-point shooter. I would say Jordan didn't take a lot of threes, but his percentage was better because he still made more of his shots. He just didn't take a lot of them. That Jordan was about taking wise shots. That's another reason why he's the GOAT. Kobe was like, shit, I can still make it. Fade away, 3, Kobe. Sometimes he made it. Sometimes he didn't. That's really the only difference between the two, LeBron James. Dolores, Kobe was not efficient on offense. Here we go. Here we go. And I didn't even read that shit. I swear. Kobe was not efficient on offense. He could score a lot, but never shot 50% from the field or 40% from the 3 in his entire career. That was the difference between him and Jordan. He was still close, Dolores, but that was the difference. He was close. I think it was like 46%. Jordan was 51% for his career. I don't know, that's still pretty close. But good comment, Dolores. Y'all are doing your homework today, I tell you that. I don't understand why people say LeBron is the GOAT, like you forgot about MJ. They did, Raider. What about those Bears, though? I want to talk about Caleb Williams tomorrow, y'all. I really do. And we can get off this basketball shit. Every time football does something, the NBA tries to take away their shine. I was supposed to be talking about the Bears today, but the NBA did this list. And I just had to debate it. EP said, wait, so you saying the 80s didn't play basketball? They fought because they couldn't hoop? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that it's a different time. And because you're telling me that these modern guys are faster and quicker and more explosive, it doesn't mean like they're better. Because if you took them and put them in the 80s, it's a lot of stuff that they couldn't get away with that they get away with today. If you're talking to me, that's my answer. NMB Memphis Beast. What's up, Memphis? What's up, Memphis? In the building. We home, baby. Magic is over Kareem. Yep, they got Kareem, then Magic. So, it's a toss-up. Griffin said James, Jordan, Kobe, Duncan, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Olajuwon, and 80s Isaiah Thomas is my top 10. Jordan, number 2, huh? James 1, Jordan 2, Kobe 3. All right. Duncan 4, Shaq 5. Not a bad list. Kareem 6, Magic 7, Bird, Olajuwon. Olajuwon's too low. But at least you got Isaiah in there. I ain't tripping. Do y'all have a problem with Griffin's list? I mean, I got a problem with number 1, of course, but why do y'all think LeBron is the GOAT? Seriously. Because he's the number 1 scorer? The motherfucker been playing for 25 years. That's better to you? I don't want to hear about him not having a roster in 2007. He left that roster too when he went to the best roster he could possibly go to and played with Bosh and Wade. Jordan never done that. What if Jordan played with Penny Hardaway? and Shaquille O'Neal. What if he said, hey, man, I know y'all just beat me and I just came back from baseball and shit. What if I came to Orlando? The things like that is why I'm off the wagon. I'm sorry. I loved LeBron until he went to South Beach. I was like, you could have went to the Bulls, played with Derrick Rose. LeBron has said before that he wanted to go to Chicago, but Derrick Rose didn't call him back. he thought about going to Chicago, but Derrick Rose didn't answer the phone. Dwayne Wade was like, shit, hello? I got one ring with Shaq and I might not get no more. Hell yeah, I welcome you to my county. I'm just saying, y'all, why do y'all think he's the GOAT? When he never showed up when he needed to show up, though. Damn. So being great for 38 minutes is better than not being great the 39th and the 40th minute? All right, I done read enough comments, man. Thank y'all. Y'all are cooking, though, for real. Y'all saying a lot of good stuff, but this is a little bit too much to read. I'll be here all day trying to do it. Thank y'all for your comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. TikTok, YouTube. Can I get the likes up, please? I've got a lot of people on YouTube today. Not enough likes. Could y'all please hit the like button for me? It really does help me out with the algorithm here on the Great Debate Show. A lot of people keep saying, I can't find you, huh? I can't find you. Where you at? Need more likes, need more subscribers, need more followers, need the click, the share, the live stream. All of that is what will help me pop up in people's algorithm. EP said, host a show with guests. I'll pop up. I got to get the guests first, brother. Did you miss the episode where I had an undefeated boxer? Independent, but undefeated boxer nonetheless. I had him over on the show a few weeks ago talking Canelo and Crawford. It was a great show. It's on the YouTube channel. That's why you have to subscribe and you won't miss a beat. I know you missed that show because you didn't fucking subscribe, EP. Just subscribe, brother. Young kings and queens, please. If you subscribe, you will see it. I haven't had a lot of interviews, though, a lot of guests. I'm sorry. People do not like to hit me back when I hit their DMs. I thought I had a few running backs from the past of the NFL. They didn't hit me back. I almost had Vicky Guerrero, but then she stopped responding. I thought I had Richard Sherman, but then he stopped responding. So I don't know, y'all. I'm trying. But I'm just a nobody right now when it comes to the podcast world. And, you know, you got to really make a name for yourself before they say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I don't know. But I thank you for the comment, EP. I'll work harder in trying to get a guest on the show. Go back and check out the one I've got with the undefeated boxer, 25-0. He gave me a great insight on Canelo and Crawford. That New York boy says, sup? What's up? How you doing, New York? In the building. Hope all is well. EP said, you doing great, bro. I sub now. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your takes and your opinions. You said a lot of good shit today. And thank you for going back and watching, man. Yeah, it's on there, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will see all of those episodes in the past. We've done some good things here. Go Niners. That's right, Danny. That's right, baby. Steel Dre said, I'm a heavyweight fight, Prime versus Prime. In a heavyweight fight, Prime versus Prime. Who wins? Holmes, Larry Holmes, and Foreman. God. Rest in peace to George Foreman. I don't know, man. Foreman, I guess. That's a good question. A great debate for another day, I guess. Derrick Rose. Derek Dorsey in the building. Kobe Bryant was almost traded to Chicago, says Steel Dre. Wow, I never heard that one. If Jordan was on the same Lakers team with Shaq, would Jordan still be the GOAT? Yes. Because Shaq wouldn't have had to do all the things that he had to do when Kobe was there. And let me say this, because I was hard on Kobe back in the day, and I had to go back and look at it and realize it. Shaq used to dominate in those NBA Finals, but Kobe used to kind of carry the team in the Western Conference playoffs. When they beat the Spurs and they beat Sacramento and they needed Kobe, Shaq kind of struggled in some of those series. Y'all, am I lying? Or tell me how young y'all are. I bet you're just too young to know. Let me give Kobe a little bit more credit. I know Shaq, the triangle was really revolved around Shaq. But I do have to say, look at the average and the points and everything. This is where you do pay attention to stats. Kobe did a lot for the Lakers when they had to go through the Kings, the Trailblazers, the Spurs. Shaq was doing enough. Kobe was killing it. Then we would get to the finals, and Shaq would dominate the Sixers, the Pacers, the Nets. He did it against the Eastern Conference teams in the finals, but I'm just saying now, who remembers that? See? Isaac Singleton. Isaac Singleton just came in and said Kobe dominated the West. Shaq dominated the finals, which is fair because Kobe was 21 facing Reggie Miller, 22 facing AI, and 23 facing Jason Kidd. In all three of those finals, Kobe outplayed cemented Hall of Famers. See, when I can upgrade this podcast show, I'm going to hit a button. All I'll be able to do is hit a button with the right software that I can't afford yet. You will hear a round of applause. I wish I could hit that fucking button right now, because that is probably the best comment of the day right there now. You might have just topped the other one that I gave to. Isaac Singleton said all facts. All facts, no cap. I want to read it one more time. Kobe dominated the West. Shaq dominated the finals, which is fair because Kobe was 21 facing Reggie Miller, 22 facing AI, 23 facing Jason Kidd. In all three of those finals, Kobe outplayed cemented HOFers. Man, that's a great comment. That's beautiful. Long live the Black Mamba. And shout out to Jordan, because I don't know if Kobe could be the player that he became if Jordan didn't allow him to lean in and let him soak all of that up as be a sponge. Jordan could have said, man, you figure it out. Ninja, you figure it out. I'm all ready to go. I ain't got to tell you shit. All kind of questions Kobe would lean in and ask. Hey, how do you know when to spin in the paint when you're trying to, do your fadeaway? How do you know when to either fade away and shoot or just spin and go to the rim? And Jordan would just tell him simple things that Kobe didn't get, though, at 19, 18 years old. Just wait till he put his weight on you. When you feel the forearm on you, you just spin. If he don't, then you just work him down and you fade away. Jordan didn't have to tell Kobe those things. That is how Kobe got better. So Jordan even deserves credit for Kobe's success. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I don't know how much longer it would have took Kobe had he not been able to lean in on Jordan. Y'all don't know the phone conversations that they used to have. I used to kind of hate on Kobe because I was like, man, that motherfucker want to be Jordan. Shaving his head, sticking his tongue out and shit. But I couldn't deny it. After those first 3 championships, I'm like, man, this motherfucker is damn near Jordan. I'm sorry. And I had to stop that hating shit. I had to stop it. Strick, if you watching, you know how I used to be. Because we had just won 6 rings. And you used to hate on my boy Jordan. So I used to kind of hate on your boy Kobe. You remember that? You remember how crunk we were as that game 1 when Allen Iverson stepped over Tyronn Lue and beat y'all in game 1? And we thought that, oh shit, Iverson finna do it. And they didn't win another fucking game. And Strick, you told me that they wouldn't win another game. Let's give Kobe his props, man. Number 11 is disrespectful. I don't know if we have to take Bill Russell out of the top 5 or top 6. I don't know if we have to take Wilt Chamberlain out of the top 10. I don't know. But somehow, some way, Kobe should be closer to MJ and LeBron. I don't care about the positions. And I think that's what they looked at more. Look at the list. Number 1 is a shooting guard. Number 2 is a small forward / point forward, whatever you call LeBron. 3 is a center. 4 is a point guard. 5 is Bill Russell, another center. Shaq center. Duncan forward center. Then back to the wing again, Bird. Wilt center. Then back to the front, but to the backcourt with Steph at 10. It just looked like they were just looking at positions. And they just crammed it together and said, here we go. That's what it looks like to me. But y'all, these were some great comments, man. Isaac, he really killed it. That's why I had to say that, because as much as I like Shaq, I got to admit, in those playoffs, Kobe was really doing his thing in the West. He was. And Strick did used to tell me that. I was just trying to discredit Kobe. I'm real enough to admit that. I was just trying to find a way to discredit Kobe back in those days. Because I knew what we're all saying now. This motherfucker is Jordan. That's what I was saying. Like, God damn, this motherfucker, it's the same shit Jordan would have did. It is what it is. Number 11 is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. No matter how way you look at it. And if you think it's accurate, okay. I guess I don't want to be mad and tear you down and talk shit to you, because I respect all these players that are above Kobe. I just don't think they're all above Kobe. And Akeem Olajuwon, number 12. So you're saying he's barely better than Kevin Durant, who's at 13? No. Akeem Olajuwon should probably take Shaq's place. I remember watching those two play against each other in the 95 finals. How many games did Shaq win in that finals? Swept. Broom. And since when did people stop caring about getting swept? Shaq got swept with the Magic. LeBron got swept with the Cavs. He almost got swept with the Warriors, but I think they finally did win one game. Just so people could say, hey, y'all know this motherfucker got swept more than once, right? They just didn't want us to say that. They really got swept by the Warriors, too. And I don't want to hear, yeah, but KD shouldn't have went to the Warriors. LeBron started that shit. That was just his bad karma. Can't blame KD for doing what he saw LeBron do years prior. Isaac, hold on, Smitty G. When the Lakers went through Texas to win the championship, Kobe should have that MVP. Yeah, agreed. Isaac, exactly, man. One of the best duos of all time, and it's been reduced to hate because they want to bash Kobe. Shaq and Kobe would have turned into Kobe and Shaq if they could get along, unfortunately. Yeah, good shit, Isaac. You're right. Kobe was hated in the league. He was selfish, says Paul. What they got to do with his game, though? That may be true, but what they got to do with his game? And we heard Jordan's an asshole, and he's still the GOAT. Jason O'Shea. They said Jordan is number 1 and Kobe the closest possible player to him, and he's number 11. Some serious bullshit. Yep. And CTH Hulu said, and you're right. MJ helped Kobe become Kobe. Thank you, man. Thank you. I know it sounds like I'm just on his dick, but he did. Kobe admitted many a times, oh man, I stayed blowing him up. So how you do this? So how you do that? I wish Allen Iverson had done that. Allen Iverson he just woke up and could play basketball. But what if he leaned in on Jordan too? And what if he was like 6'4", 6'5"? Woo! But he's number 30, so I ain't gonna complain. I love me some AI too. Do y'all think he should have been number 30? What if he was 6 feet? Because I don't think he was. But they say he was. But what if he was a couple of inches taller? Or at least MJ helped Kobe become more refined. Iron sharpens iron and all that. Yep. Man, y'all are killing it today, man. I appreciate y'all comments. I do. Mean Gene says, speak, bro. Thank you. LeBaron James says, no problem with the list. Okay. All good. Team Red wins again. LeBron, LA postseason, 3 first-round exits, 2 sweeps, missed playoffs, expanded, swept by Denver. Never could he be the GOAT. This is the results you get when you talk facts and not just look at all stats. That's another good comment. That's top 3 of the day from Team Red wins again. Thank you. Cheese Cops 4. Kobe is my favorite. Smitty G. Went through Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. Team Red said thank you. You're welcome. You always gonna get love when you come to the Great Debate Show talking real facts. That ain't no biased shit. That ain't no opinionated shit. That ain't no, well, I'm gonna say this because I didn't like that motherfucker. No, that was just facts. But people seem to forget that. They just say, well, he's number one in everything. That's why he keeps coming back playing. He's just trying to make y'all forget about Jordan. That's all he's doing. Because he doesn't get along with Jordan. And Jordan just is like, he cool, but he ain't Kobe. He treated Kobe like a son or like a little brother. He doesn't have the same respect for LeBron. But Kobe didn't have the same respect for LeBron. He's told him, y'all soft and y'all too buddy-buddy. Man, I almost shed a tear when I heard him say that. That's when I started to respect Kobe more on his way out of the league. He was right. Says the guy who didn't get a Twitter account until his last year in the NBA. We're not saying it just because he's no longer here with us. Trust me. People got on my nerves talking about Kobe before he passed away. Trust me. Someone called LeBron a homeless HOF. A homeless Hall of Famer. Wow. That's unique. Jake Howard. Where do you have Kobe all time? Man. Number 3. I'm okay with you keeping LeBron at 2 because of the things that he has done for the league, for the game, how he's still this good, this long. Even though I'm just trying to be respectful, I don't want to say he's number 11, but Kobe should be number 2 or number 3 for real. Because when it came down to the clutch moments, he was better than LeBron. I don't want to hear about all of LeBron's stats. The motherfucker been playing for 25 years. Seriously, though, he's going into what, season 23? Come on, y'all. How was somebody better because it took them a lot longer to do what somebody else did in less time? He just passed Jordan a few years ago. It took him 20 years to pass Jordan. Jordan made those records in 13 seasons. Because we don't even talk about the 2 seasons in Washington. I don't like to talk about it. Not that it was terrible, but it wasn't great. But we got to stop acting like Jordan didn't play at 40. He did. But he played for the Wizards. And no, he was not in the shape that LeBron is in. Jordan smoked cigars, had shots all night, and gambled till the wee hours of the morning. He didn't take care of his body quite like LeBron. If you want to call him the GOAT for that, okay. But I didn't know this was a calendar where we're looking at some kind of Sports Illustrated who's going to make the cover for the best body or some shit like that. I didn't know that's what this was. This isn't a model agency. This is basketball we're talking about. I got to get out of here, y'all. I got to pay some bills. This has been great. If I could, real quickly, MJ won 10 scoring titles, 10 first-team all-defense, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, and offensive the same year, and never lost the finals, 13 years total. I tell you, man, Team Red Wings is trying to be my co-host of the Great Debate Show, because if you keep saying stuff like that, I'm going to try to figure out a way to make you the co-host. We just wouldn't debate because we think too much alike. Another great comment. Mwah. CTH Hulu says, swept in 3 different decades. LeBron is no GOAT. Thank you again. And you're welcome, Team Red Wings again. You're welcome. I just keep it real, baby. Somebody in here said Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a bad boy, y'all. I remember when I came on here one day and my former co-host, Nick, came in here and said that Luka is already better than Larry Bird. We almost got the fighting on the show. Do y'all think Luka has surpassed Larry Bird already? In the words of Roy Jones Jr., y'all must have forgot. Larry Bird was a bad motherfucker and talked more shit than anybody, but backed it up. Luka's got to get at least 1 championship before we start saying that he's Larry Bird. But that's what I was hearing about 2-3 years ago. OJ said, how can I find you on the tube? Type in The Great Debate Show and subscribe, please. Thank you, brother. Thank you again, Cody, for your comments. Good luck with that. LeBron would never have got past that New York Knicks team with Charles Oakley and Xavier McDaniels. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. See, people forget about that stuff. They just look at the skill sets. They're not looking at the way the game was played versus the way it's being played now. I get so sick of his whining ass. Laying on the floor for I don't know how long, trying to see if they're going to call him damn flagrant, and he just laying around like he's so hurt. And ain't shit wrong with you, dude. Get up. And stop prolonging his game. I don't know how I went from loving LeBron so much to hating him so much now. I damn near hate him. I mean, I like him, but I also dislike him, if that makes any sense to you. I respect all the things he does off the court with the kids and putting kids in college, and he seems like an okay brother too. You know, he probably would take a picture with me before Michael Jordan ever would. I get it. But, man, the way he plays the game, it's hard to respect it. And the way he's been general manager everywhere he goes, Jordan never done any of that. Jordan never once even went to Jerry Krause and said, hey, man, I think you should go get such and such. Did he recruit Dennis Rodman a little bit? Yes. He admitted to that. But y'all know what I mean. LeBron goes to a team and says, I want this, and that. Make it happen. He is the coach. He is the general manager. Jordan never did any of that. And didn't want to. He just played with the hand that he was dealt. And somehow he still found a way to be 6-0 in the finals. But all the Jordan haters want to talk about is, but he never beat the Pistons. He did. It just took him a while. LeBron would have never beat the Celtics if he didn't go to South Beach. So what the fuck are we talking about? All right, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go pay some bills. I thank y'all for joining me. YouTube was lit today. I want to thank Isaac Singleton, LeBaron James, CTH, Lou, Isaac, Triad of Judah. You think Luka getting the championship with the Lakers in 2 years? It depends on how they build a team around him. I'm not sure. I can't answer that right now. Triad of Judah, but good question. But I can't answer that right now. I have MJ as the GOAT. I'm 16. The OGs disrespecting Bron need to stop. Grow up, dog. The debate with logic, not emotion. Where do you hear me debating with emotion, dog? I just read to you all kinds of facts from other people's comments, my own comments. And if you have MJ as the GOAT, then what's the problem? I'm not disrespecting LeBron. Is it disrespectful to say that he's been swept in 3 different decades? Or 2 different decades? Is it disrespectful to say he's not clutch when he needs to be, but he's doing this in the first quarter, but we don't see it when he needs to do this in the fourth quarter? That's no emotions, man. Maybe you're being emotional, Jake. I don't know what to tell you. But thank you for stopping by, and thank y'all for getting them likes up. Thank you. I gotta go, y'all. If I could swap this list up a little bit, I would say MJ stays at 1, of course. And I said that LeBron is okay. I'm okay with him being number 2. So where am I debating with emotion and not logic? Everything that I do is logic. I said LeBron can stay at 2, but Kobe has to be 3. And the only reason why I would say Kobe is 3 is because he tore his Achilles, tore his rotator cuff, and the last 3 years of his career wasn't that good. LeBron has been fortunate to not sustain any of those type of injuries. But if I say MJ 1, LeBron 2, Kobe 3, what's the problem? That's probably how I would do it. MJ 1, LeBron 2, Kobe 3. Kareem, I don't know if I want to put him next. Give me Hakeem Olajuwon at 4. Yeah. That's what I would do. I love Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't care. Fuck y'all. If y'all don't like it, it's my list. This is my show. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be an ass, but sometimes you got to be an ass. If I'm saying LeBron is number 2, what the fuck is the problem? This is the Joe Burrow shit again. I slid Joe Burrow from 3 to 5, and everybody wants to cancel me. So fuck, it's 2 spots. I can't move up the Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts from 9 to the top 5? Huh. But Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, and nobody saying he was top 5 because the motherfucker wasn't. That was really system quarterback. If Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback, what the fuck was Nick Foles? That's hate. Probably a little bit of racism too. But I ain't here for that. Give me Jordan 1. Give me LeBron 2. Give me Kobe 3. Not no damn 11. Give me Hakeem Olajuwon 4. Give me Duncan 5. Yeah, I said it. Duncan 5. I'm going to be real nice right here. Oh, y'all really finna trip out. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. 1 Jordan, 2 LeBron, 3 Kobe, 4 Olajuwon, 5 Duncan, 6 Magic, 7 Kareem, 8 Shaq, 'Let's move Steph up from 10 to 9. He did change the game as far as shooting goes, right? And number 10, if I had to top it off, do I want to go with Wilt or Bill Russell? Or do I want to go with neither? I really think people do Isaiah Thomas wrong. Do y'all really think Isaiah Thomas should be that low at 27? I don't. Scottie Pippen at 28. So you're telling me Isaiah Thomas is just slightly better than Scottie Pippen? And I love Scottie. I know Jordan couldn't do it without Scottie. I know. I know it. But, who do I want my number 10 to be? How many championships did Wilt win? I know Bill Russell won 11. I'll make Bill Russell 10. You can't have 11 rings and not be on the damn top 10. Bill Russell will be 10. And I guess I'll do Wilt 11. No. Bill Russell 10. No. Larry Bird 10. Fuck that. Bill Russell 11. Wilt 12. How about that? That's what I'll do there. And I'll still let KD be 13. And after that, who knows? It's get real crazy after that. Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Kevin Garnett, Nikola Jokic, Dirk, David Robinson, Dr. J, Moses Malone, Karl Malone, D-Wade, Giannis, Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Isaiah Thomas, Elgin Baylor. AI is number 30. I don't know. I'll just stop right there at 13 with KD. And I'll put Charles Barkley at 14. And I'll put Kevin Garnett at 15. Yeah, I like those dudes that much. I'm sorry. That's my list. 11 is crazy, though, for Kobe. And that's what I came here for. I know we talked about a whole lot of other shit, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. But, yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm done, man. I'm going to get out of here. Just because LeBron has more points, he has played longer and still can't reach some of MJ's stats. Now, TikTok is trying to get some love. Thank you for that comment, Sports Edits. And I'm not saying it because you agree with me and I agree with you. I'm saying it because that's what I honestly think the facts are. And that is the facts. That is the facts. Emmitt Smith has the most rushing yards of all time in the NFL history. Nobody to this day thinks that he's the best running back of all time, though, anymore. But when I used to say it in the early 2000s, people said, oh, man, stop hating. You just a 49er hating on a Cowboy. No. Barry Sanders was my best running back. That's all. I just thought if they switched teams, woo. But again, I know that's a lot of if stuff that I don't like doing. But yeah, Barry Sanders was that motherfucking dude. Emmitt Smith was slow, running behind a great O-line. But Jarvis, Jalen Hurts has a good O-line, and you still gave him a top 5 spot, and he's a quarterback. He has to do a lot more than just run the ball. He's got to facilitate and be the point guard to all of his players. And Jalen Hurts is a fucking leader too. Can we give him some credit for that? He's a silent leader, a silent assassin, but nonetheless, he is a leader. The hate is real. The hate is real. That was a good comment, Sports Edits. Great comment. There's some people on here saying that they're going to report my account. Okay, good luck. Good luck with that. I think I've answered just about everything that I possibly can right now. Let's see here. Chamberlain won 2 rings. Thank you, Dre. So I did right. I can't put him above Bill Russell. Although I thought he was a better player. He didn't accomplish what Bill Russell, but I saw Wilt Chamberlain get a rebound and literally go coast to coast. He didn't pass it to nobody. He just dribbled, went straight to the rack, dunk. Came back on the other floor, stole it, did the same shit again. Got a few assists. I seen him play point guard at times, even though he was a big. Wilt Chamberlain could run the floor with any of them. Wilt was a bad boy, but he only won 2 championships. Wow. I don't think he played with a good team though until he got with Jerry West and the Lakers, right? I'm not sure. My memory's foggy from back then. But I just always kind of thought Bill Russell, yes, he won 11. How can you not talk about 11 rings, but talk about Jordan winning 6? I saw his competition though, y'all. If y'all think Jordan didn't play nobody, go back and look at the Bill Russell stuff. It looked like a man playing against some little boys. That's all I'm saying. Jimmy Brown said, what's up, y'all? I can't call it, man. Sorry for being off topic, but yo, the classic world heavyweight championship, fire. Thank you, brother. You ain't getting off subject. Well, I talk about all that shit. So you good. Is Wilt better than Shaq? Yeah, he probably is. Look, I like Shaq. I love Shaq. Shaq had a lot to do with what the Lakers did. But y'all remember when we used to watch this shit and be like, hey, man, at some point, Shaq's got to get called for a foul. There was a lot of times where it was offensive fouls. You couldn't play any defense on Shaq. It was so hard to do. Jimmy Brown, Wilt scored 100 points and nobody recorded it. Still crazy. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? It would have like 1 billion views right now if it was, though. You know how many people would go back and look and see? Even the youngins would be like, man, I got to see the motherfucker that scored 100 points. And another thing, LeBron not having that killer instinct is another reason why people never wanted to put him over Jordan. Kobe did have that. And Kobe scored 81 points in a game. That's something that Jordan never did. While we're talking about 100 points in a game. Kobe Bryant scored 81. I can remember the night it happened. I was working on a night shift job and people were blowing me up. Because I was still a Kobe hater at that time. Because I knew what he was doing. I knew he was about to pass my boy. And I'm like, oh, damn. I'll admit it. I used to hate on him a little bit. I'm not going to lie. They were calling me up like, hey, man, Kobe about to get 100 tonight. I said, motherfucker, what? Stop with the pranks. Call back. Jay, I'm for real. He gonna get 100. What? Another quarter passed by. Yeah, for real though, he got like 75 points. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought y'all were joking. For real? And the motherfucker got 81. LeBron never done that. What's his highest point game? Like 60 in the Garden? He never topped that. And when he did score 50-some points, he always lost. Well, I guess that's a lot of teams. Because if they had to score that many points, they must wasn't getting any help. That's probably a bad example. But y'all get what I'm saying. LeBron don't have it in him to go for 81. Never has. Will anybody ever top 81? I always thought Dame Lillard was going to have this night where he scored 82. You know Dame used to have those nights where he just can't miss. But he still ain't got past, 69 or 70? Who scored 70? No, that was Embiid. I don't know. We've gotten close. But I don't know if anybody will get 82. We'll see. Y'all, this has been fun. This has been fun. I appreciate y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world right now, but you've been here rocking with me. I thank you. And they listen well, too, on YouTube because they got them likes up. It really does help me out. And the more you support this podcast, the better this podcast will be. I appreciate you. I got to go pay some bills. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And maybe tomorrow, if the NBA doesn't continue to try to kill or sabotage the NFL's list with their, the buzz that they got with their quarterback list, maybe we can get back to football tomorrow and we can talk about what Caleb Williams needs to do in order for the Chicago Bears to have success. What do you call a successful year for Caleb Williams in his first year under Ben Johnson? It's year 2. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. If there's anybody outside of Caleb Williams, other than Caleb Williams, that you could think of that's going into year 2, who do you think is going to soar in their sophomore year? We always talk about sophomore slumps, but who could possibly take off in year 2 instead of decline? Who do you think it could be? There's a few young receivers out there going into year 2 that could be destined for greatness. I don't know. What say you? We'll chop it up tomorrow. More Caleb Williams talk. More Chicago Bears talk. And let's talk about the Carolina Panthers. I think Bryce Young has arrived. I think he will show us that he will arrive. They've got a receiver, too, that's going into year 2. What's his name? Legit? Maybe Legit will show he's legit. Too legit to quit. He's going into year 2. Everybody keeps commenting Panthers out of nowhere. Let's talk Panthers, too, a little bit. That's it. Y'all so quick on y'all feet. Xavier Legit. He may snap out and have a breakout year. What do y'all think? What about Calvin Austin the third or the second over there in Pittsburgh? Is this his second year or third? Maybe Aaron Rodgers can look like a bad man again with him over there in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure. Look at this shit. 10-7 Panthers says too valid. Man, y'all be quick on y'all feet. That's what makes this so fun, because y'all always be on point. And y'all watch this just as much as I do, apparently. If it's something I'm forgetting and I can't remember, y'all keep me on my toes. I thank you. I love Calvin. It's his 3rd season. I'm a Steelers fan. See? Somebody was able to answer that for me that quick. Okay, so it's not his 2nd year, but who cares? Who could really take off a young up-and-coming player? 2nd year, 3rd year. I've been looking at a little bit of Calvin Austin, and I think, am I off base when I ask that question or when I say he may take off this year? Thank you for that comment, V Crown Royal. He's a Steeler fan. Good comment. Somebody just followed me. Thank you. Spokeman 10 said Niners for life. What are we going to do with Juwan Jennings? Are we going to trade him? We ain't going to get nothing but a 4th-round pick. We'll be lucky to get a 3rd. But I saw a report today saying that we would probably trade Juwan Jennings to Pittsburgh for Calvin Austin. And I don't think that Steeler fan in here would like that. If he knows anything about Juwan Jennings. He's a good blocker, but he's slow. He's got good hands, but he's slow. And I don't know if he's a red zone target or not. Kyle Shanahan doesn't use him in the red zone. Another reason why I hate him. But that's neither here nor there. Smoke Man said, give him a little more. Roji said, thoughts on Ricky Pearsall? I don't know. Time to step up, though. I know that. Because it looks like right now, if Juwan Jennings doesn't show up for camp, Ricky Pearsall is our number 1 receiver. And if you're a Niner fan, I don't know how comfortable you are with that. Crown Royal said, not for Austin, though. See what I'm saying? So it sounds like we probably shouldn't be trying to trade him. We should just go ahead and pay him. He's not asking for much, I don't believe. If he is asking for much, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. I'm calling Amari Cooper. I'm calling Keenan Allen. That's all we got to do. Crown Royal said, what's up with Ayuk right now? I don't know. Do you want him? We should have traded him last year. And I was sitting up there telling everybody, B.A. going to be fine. Pay that boy. He's the best wide receiver we got. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to be on the PUP list when the season starts, meaning that we won't have him for the first quarter of the season. I do think he's going to come out and ball out when he comes back, but he'll still be better next year versus this year because, well, it's still year one coming from an ACL injury. So he'll be all right, but we need him to be like good right now. And I don't know if that's going to happen. So the emergence of Ricky Pearsall would really be beneficial to us. But I just don't know. I think Ricky Pearsall is kind of a slot receiver, and that's it. Jawan Jennings was supposed to be number 2. And right now with BA being out, that's why Jawan Jennings is playing it smart and saying, you know what? It's not drama, it's just business. You need me to step up until BA can come back. I need a raise. I can't even blame him. I'm not mad at him either. This is just business. But we're so used to saying more drama because we do have a lot of divas in our locker room. Or we did. We got rid of one. That was Debo. He's not as good as he thought he was. But I still appreciate him. But they've caught on to his game. Why? Because he's not a real wide receiver. But Niner fans got mad at me and canceled me when I said he wasn't 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I was right. But that's all right. You don't have to come back. I've got more Niner friends in here. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to admit that I was right. I just called it like I see it. I don't give a fuck who you are or what team you play on. There's nothing you can say to make me get mad at you when you talk about my team. I don't care. It's okay. V Crown Royal said, yeah, if he's healthy. What's up, Psycho OG? What's up, Papa Hines? Thank y'all for joining me. Became the number 3 fan in the fan club, Smoker 10. Thank you for that. Thank y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm finna get out of here for real. It's been over 2 hours. I gotta go. Thank y'all so much for joining me. It's the Great Debate Show. I'm live every day, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. There are still 4 teams monitoring LeBron James' status in LA. Do you believe he will play with the Lakers this year, or will he be a Knick and reunite with Mike Brown? Could the Lakers be satisfied with just Karl Anthony Towns for LeBron James? Would they be satisfied with that? I don't know. I would. I understand LeBron is only going to be here for a year, maybe 2. But I got to admit, the Lakers and LeBron with the Knicks, that's probably NBA Finals automatically. It's probably NBA Finals automatically. I know my co-host Terrence doesn't like it, but that's because he doesn't like LeBron. But he also doesn't like Karl Anthony Towns. I would take that trade. Now, if the Lakers start saying we want OG Anunoby, we want Mikal Bridges, all right, now that's too much. I'm hanging up the phone. That's too much for a brother that's 40, 41, and is about to leave at any given moment. What if LeBron still wants to stay in LA and just go with the Clippers? With the Lakers, would the Clippers say, all right, we'll take LeBron for Kawhi? Why would they do it? Because we don't know if Kawhi going to play. He never really does. Would it be worth it for the Clippers to do that? I'm only suggesting that because I bet you LeBron's trying to figure out a way to stay in LA, stay near his son Bryce, who's going to Arizona. That's a 45-minute flight to the LAX. And Bronny's already there. There's also a report saying that if LeBron leaves, Bronny's leaving with him, which confirms that Bronny's only there because of his papa. And again, I ain't hating on this shit. I love the legacy that he's doing. Nobody's ever got to play with their son in the league. That's great. Phenomenal. I love it. But at the same time, if he's not good enough to be in the NBA, then he's not good enough to be in the NBA. Period. Period. Okay, y'all. All right. Thank you for the things that y'all are sending. I got to figure out how to accept these things, too. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the gifts and the flowers and all of that. Thank y'all. I think I done that right. Okay. Thank you, Stan. What's up, Stan? Bron will likely go to Golden State. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. What would we call them? The Bengay boys? The senior citizens? Because they're all getting up there in age. LeBron, Jimmy Butler, Steph, they all getting up there. But this would kind of be like the late 90s Houston Rockets team when we saw Barkley and Scottie Pippen and Olajuwon, Clyde. Weren't they all together on the Rockets team at one point? Didn't win, but they were there. Trying to do it. All the old veterans playing together. It could happen, but I don't think the Warriors have anything to give up. They may have to give up Draymond. And then you lose the leadership and whatever else it is that Draymond brings to the team. I don't know. As much as I hate Draymond sometimes, I also love him at times. I don't think the Warriors can afford to let him go. They haven't done it all this time. But you could be right, CJ. Thank y'all for y'all comments, man. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all been killing it this week. Ace Mason, Bron going to Dallas. No, nope. Dallas already said we straight. The only way we consider is if it's a buyout. Now, why would the Lakers do that? They got to get something for him if he leaves. CJ said, I love Draymond. Yeah. Yeah, and if it's your team, you got to. You got to love Draymond. Ace Mason said, I got the inside scoop. Okay, hold up. What's the scoop? What's the scoop, Ace? Thank you so much. Have a great day, says Jake. Christ, I hope LeBron doesn't go to Golden State and don't want him to bring his drama to Golden State. I know, right? So LeBron James is the new Aaron Rodgers, or is Aaron Rodgers the new LeBron James? That's what it sounds like. They're both cancers, and nobody wants anything to do with them. I got a few Steelers fans in my circle, and woo, they were like, man, I don't want him. Let him stay where he is. I said, he's a free agent. Well, let him stay a free agent. Steelers fans didn't want him. And now I'm hearing people don't want LeBron. This is going to be interesting. Cooper Flagg is shutting it down in the Summer League. He scored that 31 in Dallas, said, all right, we've seen enough. You're hired. If y'all think Cooper Flagg ain't going to be a star, y'all wrong. Sadly mistaken. You just got to get out your emotions like Jake was talking about earlier. Even though I wouldn't in mind if he was talking to me. But logically, y'all got to get over that Luka shit. Luka's gone, and he ain't coming back. But they're still going to be all right. Thank y'all for the comments, man. I really do have to go. I got some bills to pay. All right, I done said that like 10 times in the past hour, so I'm really about to go this time. If y'all want to catch me do this again, we can do it again tomorrow. We do this Monday through Fridays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I'll talk more Bears, Caleb Williams, Jawan Jennings and the Niners. How good can Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers be? We'll do more football talk tomorrow. If the 49ers make the playoffs, I'll get a Herman Frog tattoo, says Red Man. I think you better get you a Herman Frog tattoo. You might as well start booking that appointment, brother. I don't know what to tell you. That schedule's too easy. But I will say this. If they don't make the playoffs, I'll still be glad. Because I think that's what it needs to happen for Jed York to fire Kyle Shanahan. And I would love for that to happen. Because I think Kyle Shanahan is the GOAT. The greatest choke artist of all time. CJ said he better get ready. I agree. Red Man said, I ain't going to have to. Ha, ha, ha. We'll see. We shall see. Y'all keep rocking with me for this football season. It's going to be fun. We're going to try to do a lot of great, interesting things here. Need y'all to follow and subscribe. If you haven't already, please do. And on YouTube, while you're ready, hit that notification bell. That really does help me out. Y'all will be able to see everything I do. As soon as I do it. You're welcome, Jake. Cooper is nasty. He's going to be a problem. He plays slow with ridiculous athleticism. That's a good analysis on Isaac Singleton. You're right. I mean, on Cooper Flagg. Says Isaac Singleton. Good comments, man, for him today. Great. Yes, you can, Jake. You can. We can set it up. All I have to do is send you a link. You come in, you ask, I think I can hit this button. No, that's a poll. I can hit this button and I can send you a link. Yep. I just need to know where to send it to. I don't know how we would do that. But we'll work it out. Yeah, I take a few people on her TikTok. I had a few people coming in here asking questions. I don't know what happened to my boy at LA. I had a 13-year-old from LA that used to come in here and want to be on the show every day. I hope he didn't get mad and leave me. But you can't be on the show every day. But he knows his sports. He's a Rams fan and he's a Laker fan, and I hadn't seen him in a while. Where are you at, West? Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. CMC needs to stop being too soft, though. Kyle Shanahan needs to stop slaving his ass, treating him like a slave. That's what he needs to stop doing. That's what I say to that. I don't know about soft, but you're welcome, Jake. Okay, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for y'all comments. Thank you for your flowers, your roses, and all the gifts. The more, the merrier. Y'all keep this up. I'm going to finally get a TikTok check in this bitch. I appreciate it. Yes, we will talk tomorrow, and we're going to talk more football tomorrow if the NBA doesn't drop some more crazy stuff to try to take away the NFL shine. The NBA is so WWE sometimes, trying to, you know what I'm saying? You know what the WWE did over the weekend, trying to sabotage AEW's All In Texas weekend? Every time the NFL does something or drops something, the NBA says, wait a minute, hold up, we got a list too. Super Bowl week, Luka trade. What? The NFL schedule, was it the NFL schedule that came out or was it the draft? What was it? The NFL did something else, and then what did the NBA do? I forgot what it was, man. It was something else they did a few months ago. And I was like, wow. No, I'm sorry. The NFL tried their counter. The day of the draft, I believe it was, that's when Aaron Rodgers said, hey, I'm going to Pittsburgh. He held that until the day of the draft, the NBA draft and stuff. Like, it's just funny how they do that. I mean, if this ain't Pepsi versus Coca-Cola, I don't know what. But I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe. Cooper would be a nice piece to add to Dallas. Pair him with with Kyrie and AD. Damn, going to be wild. Yes, that's what I've been saying all along. You have nothing to worry about. Dallas Mavericks will be fine. But the Mavericks just want to keep glazing over Luka. They need to just go be a Laker fan. In my opinion. Come on, man. Are you still rocking with the Mavericks or not? They're in good hands. Now, they only got like a 2-3 year window, but I think they could win a championship before the Lakers can. And what would y'all say if Luka doesn't win a championship with the Lakers, but the Dallas Mavericks win one in the next 2 years? All right, y'all. This is it. I'm gone. And for everybody that listens to me on Spotify, y'all understand why these episodes run a little bit longer. Apple Podcasts, because I'm doing live streams now. I'm going to try to maybe just shorten these episodes up to 30, 45 minutes the most, then go live. Just in case people are complaining about these episodes going too long on the audio version only. It's because the visual side, sometimes I just can't stop. I just can't cut it off. But I got to cut it off now. Until we meet again, y'all be safe out there. Peace out. We'll do it again tomorrow. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Follow. Sub. Thank you.